To install jQuery is actually very easy. We can either download and install the file using all of the jQuery on our own website, where we don't need to rely on another server to host it. Or we can link to a hosted jQuery file from a CDN host. CDN stands for Content Delivery Network, such as Google or jQuery.com or even Microsoft. So if we choose to download jQuery, we'd have to first go to jQuery.com/download. Alright, so here I'm at www.jquery.com/download. And to download jQuery, we have a couple options. First, we can click the production or the development option here. For production purposes, we're actually just going to keep production selected, and when we click download jQuery, it's going to bring us to a page that looks something like this. It's very, very ugly. It's really hard to read. All we have to do here is right-click, click Save As, and then save it to the folder in which your websites are. So it could be in your documents or in your WAMP server. Wherever your web pages have been saved, save that to the exact same folder. Now, if we click back, we could also choose development. Now, let's see what that looks like. It's a lot more organized. There are comments in there, so we know exactly what we're looking at. The only difference is that production is much smaller. It's minified. Minified means that all the extra white space in the comments have been taken out, and that's to reduce the file size. You see here production is 32 kilobytes, development is 247 kilobytes. Now this is production, it's all ugly, it's hard to read, and this is development, where it's nice and organized. The problem with this is every little white space, every little space in there like that, every new line counts as a new character, and one character equals 1 byte. Now, although 247 kilobytes is not really that hard for a website to load these days, because most people have fairly fast internet, we still want to reduce the load time no matter what, so we're going to use the production. The reason we're going to use production, again, is just because it's much smaller and it's going to reduce that load time. Now just heading back here, after we saved our jQuery file as whatever we called it, we have a different option. So if this is the option that you'd like to take, you can remember that and you can actually move on to the part where we actually install jQuery, or you can learn how to use a CDN. Again, CDN stands for Content Delivery Network, which is a network that some companies host so that you can access their content easily and reliably. For example, Google has jQuery on their CDN. Because jQuery updates often, we aren't actually going to use the jQuery version that is available as this video is being made, which if we look back here, with jQuery version 1.8. So if you're watching this video and jQuery 1.9 or 2.0 has been released, by all means use those. The exact same principles will apply to that as it applies to this. So if we wanted to use CDN, a content delivery network, we can go back to jQuery.com/download, and on the left here we have 3 options. We have Google Ajax libraries, or if we click that, it's going to bring us to the same page. It's really messy, and if I just move this down here for you, then you can actually see the URL here. If we use Google, we're just going to copy this URL. We can also click Microsoft CDN. It shows us the exact same page, and we're just going to copy this URL. And alternatively, we can use the jQuery one and just copy this URL. Nonetheless, none of them are a big deal. You can choose whichever one you think is most reliable. A lot of people stick with Google because, well, how often have you ever seen Google go down? Microsoft websites, servers, they pretty much stay up. They're very, very reliable as well. And jQuery, also very reliable. So it's up to you. In either case, this is the URL that you want to copy. So just highlight it, right-click copy or Control-C. And then we're going to move on to how to actually install it. So to install our jQuery, it's actually very, very easy. Remember how we had to add our JavaScript files to our site, our external JavaScript files? We use the same thing. We use the script element, so the script and close script tags, and we use it just like so. Script src is equal to our directory, and then our JavaScript file name, and then we just close it. All we have to do is change the src. So if we used a CDN, a content delivery network, from Google, jQuery, or even Microsoft, we just copy that link into our src. And it would look something like this. Script is equal to And this one's a little bit different. src is equal to / ajax.googleappies.com, etc., etc. Or if we use the Microsoft one, we can just go src is equal to http and then that URL that we copied. Now the reason that we have this slash here is because that's the way that Google actually wants us to do it. If we go over to developers.google.com/speed/library/devguide, that was a lot, so here's actually the URL. HTTPS, you could just copy this all over if you want, and it gives us a library of everything that we want. So we have jQuery, the jQuery UI, Dojo, the Chrome frame, AngularJS, MooTools, Prototype, Scriptaculous. There's a lot of them on here. So as you see, I've already got this one highlighted, and all we did was copy this over to our website. And it looks exactly like this. Now you don't need two of them in there. This is just an example, so you can either use the Microsoft one like this, the jQuery one, or you can use the Google one that they want specified like this. And if you download a jQuery, again, all you have to do is change the source to the file name. So like this, script source is equal to, and then whatever you saved it as. And if you saved it as default, it would look something like this: jQuery dash your version in here .min.js. And we just, actually this should be closed, and then we just close the script tag. And for all of these, the script element, so for all these examples, should actually be put inside the head of your page. And for the finishing notes, once you have that complete, we can move on and we can learn about how strange jQuery actually looks and how the syntax works. It is a little bit more different than what we have seen, but I assure you it will make sense once it is all broken down again, and it will actually be very easy to understand. So hopefully installing jQuery made sense. If it didn't, you can actually just straight up copy this over, something like this. You can use this exact link if you like. However, I would personally just go to jQuery.com/download and get the latest version there, or get the latest version on the CDN from Google or jQuery or Microsoft even.